In this presentation, we will present our work on Eigen aggregation learning for object-centric unsupervised semantic segmentation. Recent unsupervised semantic segmentation methods have trended towards using vision transformers to learn rich patch-level features. However, they mainly focus on learning patch-level features without explicitly imposing underlying object-level semantics, which is crucial in semantic segmentation tasks. Let's consider object-level semantics with an example marked in red in the second row. Blankets can vary in color and texture across different images. Without object-level semantics, these variations might lead to different feature representations for different parts of the same blanket. Ideally, features of all types of blankets should align, representing object-level semantics. Otherwise, complex objects like blankets, with their diverse structures and shapes, could be wrongly segmented into multiple classes or merged with other objects. That's why it's crucial to focus on learning local features that strongly represent object-level semantics. Therefore, we emphasize learning object-centric representation for USS. Our object-centric representation learning for USS aims to capture such object-level semantics. Incorporating this concept, our results robustly identify objects with complex semantics by exploiting strong semantic structure cues from proposed IQ and object-centric contrastive loss. Let me first describe our training pipeline. Our model consists of two main parts. The first is IQ from the Eigen aggregation module, which provides a semantic structural cue based on the eigenbasis of the feature adjacency matrix. This adjacency matrix is composed of two similarity matrices, one being the similarity matrix of the hierarchically projected image key features, and the other the color affinity matrix. Next, we perform object-centric contrastive loss, which distills semantic structural cues from IQ. Utilizing projected feature, the learnable prototypes are assigned and acts as a singular anchor that contrasts positive and negative objects. This loss is computed in two distinct manners, intra and inter-image, to ensure semantic consistency. Let's deeply dive into a detailed method. Intuition tells us that the semantically plausible object-level segments are groups of pixels precisely capturing the object structure, even under complex structural variants. From this realization, our model first aims to derive a strong yet simple semantic structural cue, namely IQ, which is drawn from the eigenbasis of a feature similarity matrix to capture complex and nonlinear structures in images. We follow three main steps to build IQ. First, we form an adjacency matrix and construct a graph Laplacian, perform the eigendecomposition on the Laplacian matrix to derive the eigenbasis, and finally cluster eigenvectors in a differentiable manner. The adjacency matrix is the summation of the color affinity matrix and semantic similarity matrix. First, the color affinity matrix is computed by the color distance. This affinity matrix captures the pairwise relationship between the patches based on the colors. Specifically, we use the RBF kernel as the distance function, as described in the equation. Then semantic similarity matrix is formed by the product of tensor S and its transpose. Tensor S is derived by hierarchically concatenating key attention features from the last three layers of a pre-trained vision transformer, as processed through the segmentation head S theta. The final adjacency matrix is the sum of A color and A seg. Our adjacency matrix amalgamates the high-level color information and the network-based deep features to characterize semantic-wise relations. The use of the image-based A color preserves the image's structural integrity, and also complements the contextual information of the image. Following this, the incorporation of the learnable tensor S for the A seg further strengthens this aspect, enhancing the semantic interpretation of the object without compromising the structural integrity, and serving as a vital cue for our learning process. Based on A, we form a Laplacian matrix. In our approach, we utilize the normalized Laplacian matrix for its enhanced clustering capabilities. Then, via eigendecomposition on normalized Laplacian matrix, the eigenbasis V is computed. We extract k eigenvectors corresponding to the k smallest eigenvalues, based on eigengap examination. After obtaining eigenvectors, we cluster eigenvectors to extract IQ. To cluster eigenvectors, we optimize the cluster center with the following loss function. By minimizing this loss, we can obtain centers of clusters that enable more effective clustering. Once C is optimized, we obtain IQ by applying log softmax to the P, which is the cosine distance between eigenvectors and cluster centroid. This serves as a meaningful cue to stress semantic distinctions between different objects, thereby enhancing the discriminative power of the feature embeddings. For a successful semantic segmentation task, it is important not only to classify the class of each pixel accurately but also to aggregate object representation and create a segmentation map that reflects object semantic representations. From this perspective, our method emphasizes learning from an object-centric perspective, which is key to understanding the intricate relationships between objects. To capture the complex relationships between objects, our approach incorporates an object-centric contrastive learning strategy, guided by IQ. Our loss mainly consisted of two steps. We first extract object-wise prototypes, and then exploit object-centric contrastive loss. To conduct object-centric contrastive learning, we need representative object-level semantic features. Here, we leverage AQ to mask the object-level semantic features. After that, we identify the most representative feature for each object by computing the following equation, which we call the prototype. They serve as anchors in our loss function, pulling in object points that are similar while pushing away the unrelated ones. This approach helps in creating a clear distinction between different objects, enhancing the model's ability to recognize and segment them based on their unique semantic characteristics. Once we compute prototypes, we then step towards object-centric contrastive loss between prototypes and object feature vectors. To emphasize the influence of feature vectors with high similarity and direct the model's focus toward them, we weigh the loss based on the similarity information between vectors. While this loss aggregates the object-level features based on the AQ assignment, we note that another kind of robust consistency could be cleverly imposed with our photometric augmented image x tilde. That is, since the photometric augmentation does not apply structural changes, we assume that the vectors in the same positions of z and z tilde should have similar object-level semantics. This assumption allows us to create a new mask z tilde, based on the AQ from non-augmented image, which is the green box in the figure. Thus, we apply the contrastive loss to the augmented image, based on the prototypes from the non-augmented image to guide the model to learn global semantic consistency. Concretely, we can formulate our object-centric contrastive loss by joining two loss terms as underlined in red. The loss function we've examined so far is asymmetric, therefore we also consider the opposite case, denoted by the loss function underlined in blue. Therefore, the final object-centric contrastive loss function that we optimize is defined by the sum of two loss functions. Our model can be trained end-to-end by minimizing the following objective. We additionally employ correspondence distillation loss at the very beginning of training, to ensure a reliable initialization of graph Laplacian. For evaluation, we follow the same evaluation protocol as did in previous works, such as Stego and HP. We evaluate on CocoStuff, Cityscapes, Potsdam 3 datasets, in line with methodologies established in prior works. For CocoStuff dataset, we showcase substantial improvements over existing methods across all metrics. Our qualitative result demonstrates that our method outperforms baselines by accurately segmenting objects and preserving details, while Stego tends to segment multiple elements within a single object, and HP neglects certain small objects. For the Cityscapes dataset, our model outperforms across both backbones, effectively balancing competing metrics. Our model is trained to understand image structure at the object level, ensuring a comprehensive grasp of the layout and that no objects are overlooked, as evidenced by the qualitative results. Finally, our model establishes a new benchmark on the Potsdam 3 datasets, by accurately segmenting images while being keenly aware of object-level semantics. Thank you for listening.